Good afternoon, it's John Van Herbert from the Natural Life Osteopathic Clinic in St Catherine's again. Today we're going to be looking at a few general stretches for the neck, the mid-back, the low back and the shoulders. During this period, lots of us are finding we're spending more time seated and possibly doing a little bit less activity and exercise than we would find normally, and this can have an issue of kind of compressing and tightening up the muscles surrounding our vertebrae and the bones in our back. So, to begin with, I'm going to say this is just a general routine. If there's anything you do that seems uncomfortable, if anything seems painful, then stop it. Should only feel like a stretch. Again, it's not a no pain, no gain type of thing. Don't think that you've got to push yourself through to get the results. Everything should just feel like a nice general stretch. And as an example, if there's a restriction on the left hand side, and when you go down to stretch it, you can feel it compressing and slightly aggravated on that side, then stop it. You should only, like I said, feel a nice stretch. So what we'll do is we'll start at the top and we'll just begin to work our way down through the spine, and then we'll come back and do the shoulders. So a nice easy one to begin with is just both your hands on your head and just use the weight of your hands and just look down. And again, you can try and tuck that chin to the chest, let the shoulders drop and just feel a bit of a stretch at the base of that neck. Again, anything too uncomfortable, you just stop it. Ideally, we should be holding the stretches for around 25 to 30 seconds. The next nice one to do is just to take the hand over the head and stretch down to one side. You should feel it stretching the opposite side, but it shouldn't feel uncomfortable on the left-hand side. And again, 25 to 30 seconds. And same on the opposite side. If you feel like you need a bit more of a stretch, the opposite hands can be slid down the thigh and try and get them towards the knee. Now what we've done here is we've stretched out a little bit at the front and a bit at the sides. Now a nice general movement just to loosen everything up is to keep the chin as close to the chest as possible and roll it around to the left shoulder, then the right shoulder. Just nice and easy to keep everything nice and mobile. Right, and once we've done that, we can keep our feet about shoulder width apart, head down, and just gently go down as if we're going to touch our toes. Now you may feel this more in the hamstrings to begin with. If you like to isolate it to the spine more, a good technique is just to really tuck that chin in. So you can go in with the head up, go down, and then when you're down, tuck the chin in, and you should feel it a lot more in the spine. If, for example, the low back is more restricted than the mid back, you're going to feel it more in the low back. If the low back's moving relatively nicely and it's the mid back that's restricted, with a general stretch like this, you're going to feel it wherever the body needs to be stretched out. And again, hold it for 25 to 30 seconds. You can take nice deep breaths in, then you can breathe out as you're in the stretch and kind of sink into those stretches a little bit deeper. Once we've kind of done that, another nice easy one is just hip rotations. And again, like everything in life, the more you put in, the more you get out. So rather than just running through the motions but not paying any attention, try and kind of concentrate, try and take the joints towards the end range of motion and really try and loosen everything up. As I said before, nothing should be too uncomfortable. If it feels okay, you can begin to arch the back and relax. And again, you can sink into it again. But again, if any of these feel uncomfortable, then stop it and just do whatever does feel nice for the spine. For most people, it's going to be the bending forward that's going to feel nice. For some people, they may feel like there needs to be a little bit more for stretch backwards. But like I said, nothing should be painful. And again, once we've kind of done with that, just nice and easy hip rotations just to kind of loosen everything. Now for the shoulders, the most common thing which we see at the clinic is everyone's got these forward or anterior shoulders, we call them. And one of the causes from this is due to tightness through our pec muscles. Because most of us in modern society, we're always down on our phones, the hands are forwards at desks, we're doing things in front of us. So a nice one for this is to find a door jamb, and you can just hold on to it and just feel a nice stretch and a nice pull just through there. Again, you can take this one even into the neck by putting the hand on the head and stretching it out that bit further. Again, breathe in, breathe out, sink into the stretch. And again, hold it for 25 to 30 seconds. And we can do the same on the opposite side. And again, all these can be tweaked. You can take the hand up a little bit, down a little bit, move the feet, really try and sink in, feel that stretch and feel where it needs to be. Breathe in, out, sink into those stretches. Okay, another nice one, after we've done that, is just nice shoulder rotations. Just to take them back. And then we can also clasp the hands behind the back and just gently push out. And you're going to feel that, hopefully there's a nice stretch just on the front of our shoulders. And lastly, to finish off, imagine you're holding a barrel and you're trying to just bring your shoulder blades around from the rib cage. So your shoulder blades at the back and you're trying to bring them around and stretch them off away from the spine to each side. And again, like I said, for all of these, breathe in, breathe out, sink into the stretches and hold them for 25 to 30 seconds. I hope this has been of some use to you, and again, look forward to any more questions.